The Isdal Woman, Norway's most bizarre unsolved mystery. In the heart of Norway's icy wilderness lies Isdalen, known to locals as Death Valley, a haunting name for a place that lived up to its legend. On November 29th, 1970, a man and his two daughters were hiking through this desolate ravine near Bergen when they stumbled upon something horrifying. A body, burned beyond recognition, lying among scattered personal belongings, strange, precise, and stripped of all identification. Who was she? Why was she here? And why has no one ever come forward to claim her? This is the mystery of the Isdal Woman, the discovery. The woman's body was found lying on a bed of burned foliage. She was positioned in an almost ritualistic pose, her arms curled up, her face too damaged to recognize. Nearby, police found a half-empty bottle of liquor, several sleeping pills, a burned passport, and other personal effects, every single label meticulously removed or scraped off. Her fingerprints had been sanded down. Her clothes were wet and reeked of petrol. It wasn't just strange, it was deliberate. A web of false identities. As police investigated further, they found luggage traced to the Bergen railway station. Inside were wigs, glasses, a notepad with secret codes, and most baffling of all, multiple passports, all under different names. She had traveled across Norway and parts of Europe using at least 8 aliases. None were real. None led to a past. This woman had no history. What she did have was precision, each trip carefully logged, hotels booked under pseudonyms, clothing choices that shifted with her identity. She spoke German, French, Flemish, then likely more. Witnesses described her as elegant, mysterious, and always alone. Theories began. The Cold War was at its peak. Espionage was everywhere and everyone was a suspect. To many, her story screamed spycraft. A covert agent, eliminating traces, monitoring movement, and slipping through borders unseen. But if she was a spy, whose side was she on? Was she silenced by her own agency? Caught by the enemy? Or was she on a mission that went terribly wrong? The autopsy only deepened the mystery. She had ingested over 50 sleeping pills, yet many remained undigested in her stomach. The cause of death? A combination of carbon monoxide poisoning and burns. But here's the twist. Her lungs showed signs that she was still alive when the fire began. Was it suicide, staged to look accidental? Or was it murder, covered by fire? No soot in the lungs would suggest death before the flames. But her lungs had soot. She was breathing when she burned. What the witnesses saw. A shopkeeper remembered her buying boots. A hotel clerk said she spoke broken English with a German accent. One witness, who later received anonymous threats, claimed to have seen her meeting with a man in a military-style coat. They looked tense. She seemed afraid. Another guest reported hearing loud voices in her hotel room the night before she disappeared. And yet no one ever reported her missing. Modern investigations. In 2016, Norwegian authorities reopened the case using modern forensic techniques. Teeth analysis pointed to her origin, likely from Central Europe, Germany, or France. But without a match, her name remains unknown. Journalists, podcasters, even amateur sleuths have chased her ghost, but all roads end in silence. A woman without a name. She was buried in an unmarked grave, her coffin paid for by the Norwegian government. Her final resting place says what the world still wonders. Unknown woman. Died November 1970. Identity still unknown. More than 50 years later, we still ask, who is the Isdal Woman? A spy? A fugitive? A victim of global forces beyond our reach? Or someone who simply wanted to vanish? We may never know. But in the silence of Isdalen Valley, her mystery remains frozen in time. If this mystery gave you chills, subscribe to EchoVerse for more real-life stories that remain unsolved. Like, share, and comment your theory below, because someone out there may still know the truth.